Okay. Hi, everyone. Today, our topic of conversation is accountability and how we do that in everyday life. And I'm going to talk about myself and how I try to do that. And the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to accountability is communication with other people. So I think that's the biggest way to be accountable to people, is to actually talk to them and tell them what's going on. And especially in a Christian, if you're wanting to live out Jesus' teachings, then you need to be able to be accountable to other people and your family, to your friends, to people you live with. And in this case, I live in a community with over 300 people. So it's a lot of people to be accountable to. But it's good. And of course, God, to be accountable to Him and our families. So there's a lot of different things to be accountable to. What I try to do is just talk about like what's happening during the day. So I work at our medical clinic all day, and my husband is a teacher. He works with kids all day, so we don't really see each other except for at noon, very shortly at lunch, and maybe for a few minutes afterwards. So during the day, we have to be able to communicate about what's happening, and like if stuff comes up during the day, what's happening in the evening, if one of us has to stay late, things like that. Just how we're doing, if one of us isn't feeling well or had a bad day, like just to communicate those things so that like we can be happy together, and when we come home we know where the other person's at, and it doesn't create walls. So definitely communication during the day and just doing things together, projects on the weekend or visiting people, things like that. I guess just the more that we do or communicate with each other, the better. Then accountability to people I live with, which I think is a big thing. So my position in the office which I work in is I'm sort of an office manager, if you want to call it that. So I arrange all the appointments, people coming in, people referred to other providers, insurance, all this kind of thing. So I have to communicate a lot, and I have to sometimes double communicate or say it 3 times, but you realize it's really important to do that kind of thing so stuff doesn't get messed up or people get a mixed message or hear 2 different things. So just even in that workspace, you have to be accountable for what you do and what you say, and try to keep everything straight. But also just out of respect to other people, say like I have an idea, I want to go away for the weekend and visit somebody somewhere else, not in the community. I could just take off and do that, but then that's not respectful to people who work here, who might need help, or people who organize the way things run in the community. Then they're suddenly left high and dry. So I have to be able to tell them, communicate and ask, like, is it okay if I go away? Is there going to be a problem? Instead of just doing my own thing. So I think things like that are also a big deal, just to be able to be accountable with your time to the community. And then accountability to God. Obviously, I think a lot of that is through prayer and just talking to God every day. If you're just talking to Him, or if I'm actually praying about something, just telling Him what I'm thinking, what I need. And of course He sees all of that anyways, so it's not something new, but to do that and to read the Bible or something inspirational that is more than just fun reading, but something that gives life meaning, something to challenge me. I think just always not just being happy with okay, I've arrived, I've figured my life out, and that's it. Like, no, to keep always looking and wanting more to know what God wants for my life and to keep finding it and doing it. I think that's accountability. So, those are all ways in which I try and I don't always manage, but I should be doing all those things to be accountable in those ways. So, that's it for now. If you have any thoughts, please contribute.